Now we come to the naval battles of the War of 1812. The largest and most important naval battle. Where was it fought? Margaret?
Lake Erie.
Correct. Who was the commander who won this important battle? Finney?
We did.
I ask you for the name of the commander who won the battle. Well, we're waiting.
It's coming, just a second.
Jamie, can you answer this question?
Yes, ma'am. It was Oliver Hazard.
Ah, that ain't right. Perry. Oliver Hazard Perry.
That is correct. And Finney, you stay after school and study your history.
You could have whispered it to me, but you got to show off.
Arithmetic next. You 7th and 8th graders exchange papers.
Give me that paper. Finney. Oh, give it to me. I can't see. Give me the paper.
Come on, Finney. Stop it!
That door you walked into, all right?
Let's take a couple of wraps around that wagon wheel, Jamie.
Yeah, I know, What are you doing up here?
He did what?
He hit Finney in the middle of the classroom.
Did you?
Yes, sir. You didn't even give me a chance to defend myself.
Is that true?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, would you mind telling us why? I'm waiting, Jamie.
It was just something between Finney and me.
I see. Finney, can you shed any light on this matter?
Well, it was just like he said.
Who hit first?
He did.
Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll ask you once more. Why? Now, Jamie, there's no excuse for fighting in a classroom. You've embarrassed us all. Mac, I apologize for Jamie's actions. And Jamie will apologize as well. Jamie.
I can't.
I think you better go to your room. Don't understand what's got into that boy. When he's wrong, he usually admits it.
Finney, are you holding something back?
No, Pa.
If I find out you are, I'm going to wheedle the tar out of you.
But, Pa, he hit me first.
Oh, Ben, I don't mind telling you, I'm a little embarrassed myself. My boy got 10 pounds on yours. Look at him. He's got 2 black eyes, and Jamie don't look like he's hardly got a scratch.
But, Pa, he got the drop on me.
Dog, get on out of here. Alibi. I'm sorry, Ben. I just had to find out what's going on.
Don't worry, I intend to find out for myself.
Hey, what happened to you, Finney? Did you walk into a door, too?
Nah, Jamie hit me.
Oh, yeah? Jamie did all that?
Would you stop embarrassing me?
Well, Jamie did pretty good.
Yeah, you really whopped it on him, huh?
He sure did.
You wouldn't eat?
He say no thanks. Jamie not eat, something pretty wrong.
Something must be pretty wrong. You know, usually when he has problems, he discusses them with us.
No use to waste good stew.
If he won't eat, he won't eat. Don't worry about it.
All right. How sing not worry about Jamie?
Maybe you ought to go upstairs and try talking to him again, huh?
Wouldn't say anything before. No reason to think he'll say anything now.
I sure wish I knew what that fight was about.
Whatever it was must have been pretty important to get him acting like this.
Well, there's one way to find out what that fight was about. Talk to an eyewitness. Let me see, Miss Griggs.
You want us to go along with you?
No, you just finish it now.
No, Joe, there was another eyewitness to that fight.
Finney McLean.
Right. Won't you and me go have a talk with him?
I'm with you.
真係啊！佢冇食飯冇食幾日啊，都唔使自己一喺個房嘅時候眼處。Second call for dinner. Fine kettle of stew.
No, thanks.
You're only a boy. You need food to grow on.
Too much of me already. Bigger I get, the more trouble I get into.
You're not as bad as you think.
Yeah, I know. I'm worse.
Maybe so things get better when you're full grown. Eat stew. You'll be a big man before you know it.
No, thanks.
Teaching 8 grades, I find it takes a little night work to stay ahead of my students.
I'm sure it does. Your housekeeper told me that I'd find you here. I hope I won't take up too much of your time.
I've been expecting you. You want to know what started the fight?
Yes?
Finney had something of Jamie's and refused to return it.
So, Jamie had cause. Well, the classroom is no place to settle an argument that way.
I agree. I usually make myself a pot of tea about this time. Perhaps you'll join me?
Thank you, I'd like to.
Mr. Cartwright, may I ask a very personal question?
Yes, of course.
Are you adopting Jamie?
Why do you ask that?
Excuse me. I think that this will explain.
Jamie Hunter. Jamie Hunter Cartwright. Jamie H. Cartwright. Jamie Cartwright.
Finney took it from Jamie's desk. He was going to show it to the other children. That's what started the fight.
Well, we know what he was thinking.
A very private thought. Jamie didn't want anyone to know until it happens. If it happens.
I've given it serious consideration. There are several problems.
Jamie is an orphan, isn't he?
Yes. But there may be relatives somewhere.
You must have a clear idea of where he's from.
Everywhere? Nowhere. Miss Griggs, Jamie's father was a rainmaker. Traveled to 100 towns in a dozen states and territories.
Can Jamie help?
Oh, he's tried. All he can remember is the traveling. Oh, his father kept a journal of sorts, names, a few addresses, mostly towns, dates of arrival, dates of departure, weather, condition of the roads, things like that. I've written to every sheriff and mayor in every one of those communities.
You must have had some answers.
Yes, a few. And all of them from people who knew no more about Jamie and his father than we did. That they came, stayed a few days, moved on.
No wonder. Your home means so much to Jamie. It's the only security he's ever had.
His father even very valuable inner security. A lot of love. We've been able to give him some roots as well.
Mr. Cartwright, what are you waiting for?
Not a thing. Not a blessed thing. J.B. Cartwright. It sure doesn't sound any better to him than it does to me. Beginning to look pretty good.
Yeah, she was getting kind of filthy.
Is Jamie still up?
Well, last time I heard, he was doing his homework, yeah.
See Mrs. Griggs?
Yeah.
Did she tell you about the paper?
How do you know about the paper?
We talked to Finney McLean.
Yeah, he's a real nice kid, that Finney.
Well, we wouldn't know what we know if he hadn't have told us what he did. We wouldn't know how Jamie felt, would we?
Well, I think we've probably known all along. We've just been little lax in doing something about it. Yeah, I think the time has come. That is, if you two are in accord.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's a pretty important decision for us to make.
Yeah, I've already lived through one little brother, Paul. I don't know whether I can stand another one or not.
Decision's unanimous, you know that.
Absolutely, 100%. I think we ought to do it right now.
I think we better check with the party concerned.
No.
Jamie, maybe you didn't understand what Paul said.
Oh, I understand.
Well, we thought you'd be as happy about the adoption as we are.
Why should I be? Y'all just feel sorry for me, that's all.
Now, Jamie, that's not true. We've always felt you were part of our family. We just want to make it legal.
No, you don't. It's all because of that dumb old paper in school. And that Finney McLean, that's all. You don't really want me around here.
Jamie, that just ain't so. They had nothing to do with it.
Oh, they didn't? Well, then would you please tell me just why you're bringing it up tonight all of a sudden after all the trouble I got into today?
Well, I admit maybe the timing isn't of the best. But believe me, this is no spur-of-the-moment decision. It's something we've been thinking and wanting for some time.
Look, Mr. Cartwright, you don't have to make any excuses to me. I'm a man, and well, almost anyways. And I can pull my own weight around this ranch. And any time at all, you don't want me around anymore, all you have to do is say so, all right? Now, if you'll please excuse me, I've got some homework to do.
Young man, I'm going to pick you up after school tomorrow. We're going to ride into Virginia City.
What for?
You'll just have to ride along to find out. You make sure you wait for me after school. Contains everything we know about Jamie except what he's told us, Judge.
Well, there's not a good deal of help here, Ben. No birth certificate for Jamie. No wedding license for his parents.
There's a picture in there.
I know, Jamie. I was merely trying to find some reference to your mother's maiden name.
Yes, sir.
Jamie never really knew her. She died when he was about 2.
Did your father ever mention where she came from? What about your grandparents? Did your father ever mention them?
No, sir.
Do you know anything about any other possible blood relatives?
No, sir, not a thing.
It's been, what, Ben, about 6 months since you first talked to me about possibly adopting Jamie.
Yes.
You were going to write to everyone whose name and address appears in these papers. attempting to locate or communicate with any possible blood relatives.
Yes, I did that. I wrote to all of them. Most of the letters were returned undelivered. I wrote back to those who didn't reply.
I take it without any success. Well, that would certainly seem to fulfill the statutory requirements of this state, inasmuch as no blood relatives placed prior claim so far as Jamie Hunter is concerned. I would say your legal request for adoption now has complete validity.
Thank you.
There's still some facts to be determined: that you've provided a good home for Jamie, fulfilled his needs as to proper food, clothing, education. I'll draw up the adoption papers. It'll take a few days. Well, that does it, Ben.
Thank you, Judge, except for one more thing.
Oh?
It's a matter of Jamie's consent.
Well, there's no requirement in the law for that, Ben. Jamie being a minor, he has no say in the proceedings.
I'd still like it a matter of record.
Very well. Jamie Hunter, a petition for your adoption has been filed in this court by Benjamin Cartwright. What is your wish regarding this matter? Well, Jamie, is it your wish to become Benjamin Cartwright's legal son and heir?
Yes, sir.
That's him, Ben Cartwright.
The boy's his son?
No, his name's Jamie Hunter, but he lives with the Cartwrights.
I've heard a lot about Cartwright. Very distinguished-looking man.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for your help.
More than welcome.
I suppose I'd have to change my name to Jamie Cartwright.
Yes, legally and for all time, that'll be your name.
Of course, I wouldn't be exactly like Hoss and Joe. I mean, they'd be in your real sons and all.
No, you wouldn't be exactly like them. It's true.
I didn't figure I would be.
Well, Jamie, they were given to me, Hoss and Joe.
Given?
By their mothers. Blessed gifts they were, too. I didn't choose them. You're a little different, Jamie. You see, I did choose you because I wanted you to be my son. It's been some time since I've seen everything so shipshape around here.
Yeah. You seen his room? He can shave himself right off the shine of the floor. That is, when he gets old enough. You know what Hopsang heard him say this morning? Said he wanted to grow up and be a perfect Cartwright.
I'm not so sure I wanted to see him try to be a perfect Cartwright.
Oh. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Give him another week or two. He'll be just a average, aggravating boy.
Hello, is there something I can do for you?
Would you, by any chance, be Jamie Hunter?
Yes, sir, I am.
I'm Ferris Callahan.
Oh, pleased to meet you. And would you like to see Mr. Cartwright?
I would indeed, my boy, and you too. I'm your grandfather. Fighting? 15. Yep. I thought 15 would be taller.
Well, I think he's about the right size for 15.
Yeah. Well, he's healthy. You do go to school.
Yes, sir, I do.
He has excellent grades.
This is fine brandy, Mr. Cartwright. Well, Jamie, I expect you're surprised to see me.
Yes, sir, I am.
Well, I've been hunting for you for years. Tracing a single swallow would have been easier. Your father was constantly on the move.
Yes, sir. He was a rainmaker. He went where he was needed.
So I have been told.
Is this your first trip to Virginia City, sir?
Yes, it is. A Pinkerton man traced your father to a town called Cottonwood, North Dakota.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. His luggage was still there, held by an innkeeper for non-payment of lodging. In the luggage was my daughter's wedding license and Jamie's birth certificate. And the sheriff there had a letter from Benjamin Cartwright inquiring as to Hunter's family and relations.
Well, that's how you got here.
Yeah, stroke of pure luck. If Hunter hadn't run out on his bills, I might never have found Jamie.
He didn't run out on him. He was going to pay him.
So he said, at many times and at many places. He was a charming man. He charmed my daughter. Nevertheless, he was a deadbeat and a charlatan.
You have no right to talk about my pa like that.
Why, I have every right, and your manners leave something to be desired.
Mr. Cartwright, tell him to leave.
Jamie. As soon as the formalities are attended to, we're both leaving. You are going to Boston with me.
Jamie. Jamie.
Well, he had to know. Mr. Cartwright, he might as well know now. I've already told Judge Taylor.
You know of my petition to adopt him.
I do. It's your misfortune that my men located him at this time. My wife is dead. I have no other family. I want my grandson now.
Mr. Callahan, you saw it for yourself. He doesn't want to leave here.
Oh, he's just a young lad. He'll change his mind tomorrow. He doesn't realize this primitive area has none of the advantages that I can give him. The finest schools, finest society, familiarity with all the social graces. I am a rich man, Mr. Cartwright. The Callahan clipper ships are known round the world. I appreciate what you've been doing for him, but now that I've located him, it's no longer necessary.
Necessary? We've never considered it a necessity. Jamie is part of this family. He's happy here.
Are you trying to tell me that you're the only man that has the ability to make him happy?
No. But I am wondering why you want him. Is it for Jamie's good or for your own?
How dare you have the gall to say something like that to
Callahan,
me?
I've listened to every single word you've had to say. Not once have you thought of what Jamie might want.
What he wants is what I can make of him that counts. He's only a boy.
He's not a boy. He's a young man with his roots deep in Ponderosa soil. This is the life he knows, the life he wants, the life he loves.
You're wasting your time and mine, Cartwright. I'm taking him with me.
I'll do my damnedest to stop you.
You can't win. Jamie's my grandson. Blood kin. There's nothing you could do to change that.
Jamie, I'm sorry. I was just as surprised to see him as you were.
You were? It's your fault. You wrote the letters.
To clear the way for the adoption, Jamie. Now, look, I know you're hurt and you're upset, and with reason.
You bet I have reason.
You were with me at Judge Taylor's. You know what I said.
Yeah, I know what you said. You said you were going to adopt me. And then this stranger comes along and says he's going to take me away.
Well, he hasn't taken you
Well,
away
he
yet.
will.
No, I'm going to see Judge Taylor with him tomorrow.
You know what the judge said about blood relatives and claims and things like that? I don't know what good it's going to do you to see him now.
I don't know either. But I'm going to do everything humanly possible to make sure that you stay here. You must believe me, son.
Don't call me son. I'm nobody's son. And I never will be.
I'll be back for the boy this afternoon.
wouldn't talk to you?
No, he wouldn't talk. Door's locked. Won't answer the knock. Won't give an answer when I talk to him.
Well, I can't say it, I blame him. You must feel like the whole world's coming down on him. I sort of feel the same way myself.
Maybe he hungry now. Hobson cook him something. Make him feel better.
Oh, don't even bother. He won't answer.
Still hard to believe. It seems like he's been with us forever.
That burn it, Paul, there ought to be something we could do.
Yeah, like what?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to Carson City. Judge Taylor can't do anything about it. Maybe the governor, Lieutenant General, maybe they can help. Hey, we're not going to give Jamie up without a fight. Jamie, have you had a good look at this witness trip?
Horses and Joe's names.
That's right.
They made the swing with you, too?
Yes, they have. On various occasions.
I'll bet they have.
Why don't you put your name there? Sorry, Jamie.
Just a bunch of burnt pages. What's to be sorry about?
Jamie, I'm going to take you home.
My home's in that wagon, Mr. Cartwright. Besides, I can't leave Dusty.
And Dusty will come along with us.
I didn't run. I said I wouldn't run, and I didn't.
No, you didn't run.
I didn't cry. I'm too big to cry.
Jamie, I want you to know.
I know you tried. You wanted me to stay.
Jamie! Jamie! Wait! Wait! It's a long trip to Carson City. You get hungry. This for you and your grandpa.
No thanks, Hobson.
But Jamie, it's a long ride. You get hungry.
Look, we don't want it. Please, Mr. Callahan, can we go now?
You're not very talkative, lad.
Got nothing to say.
Aren't you curious about where you're going, what you do, where you live?
No.
Well, once you get to Boston, you will be. clipper ship around the Horn can handle 4-footed beasts like these.
Now, what does one got to do with the other?
Well, you'll learn soon enough when you get to Boston. One day, I'll put the wheel of a clipper ship in your hand, and you'll know the meaning, the command.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to Boston.
What?
I said I'm not going to Boston.
You go where I tell you.
No, Mr. Callahan, I'll just run away before I get on that train.
You're not going to run away. You're coming home with me, or I'll haul you in for the brace of Pinkerton.
You all right?
I think my leg's broken.
Yeah, it's broken, all right. There's no way you can move from here.
Well, we got to. We've got to some way. Jamie? Jamie! Jamie! Come back! Jamie! Come back here! Come here! I order you! Come back! Come back! Hello! Hello? Anybody up there? Hello! Hello! Hello!
Some water for you.
I thank you. Yeah. My clothes?
Sure, you're the one who needs them. Here, put this under your head. It's better than laying on the rocks.
I thank you.
There wasn't a blanket in the full box in the buckboard, so this will have to do for now until I get a fire going.
On the buckboard.
Yeah, the team ran themselves out. I got them picketed and grazing in a piece of pasture about a half-mile up the road. The horse is all right, and buckboard needs a few repairs, but I can fix it.
Full box. What's that?
Well, it's a box under the seat of a livery rig. Holds emergency stuff. This one was empty except a canteen and a hatchet.
Hold on there. That's a fine Irish linen shirt of mine you're destroying. Made to my order in Dublin.
Oh, it's strong enough, it'll do.
Do what?
Try these splints on your legs. That's what the boards are for.
You mean to say that you're going to try to set the bones in my leg?
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm going to splint them so they can't move until a doctor can get at you.
Wouldn't it be more sensible to go for help?
Leave you here most of the night, no fire?
Well, you could build a fire for me before you go.
Sure, and it'd last you maybe an hour. You think you're cold now, well, you're not half as cold as you're going to get.
The cold is due to shock. You can't tell me nothing about that. I've set the bones of 100 men's legs at sea.
Well, then you know this is going to hurt.
Huh?
How's that splint feel?
Yes.
Yeah, no. No, you'll need that. You're your mother's son, all right. Stubborn as a rock.
Well, you don't exactly bend like a willow, Mr. Callahan.
Well, there's a difference in being right and knowing it and cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Well, still got my nose.
Big of speech. What you haven't got is the lunch the Chinese cook tried to give you. Refusing it was an act of pure churlishness.
Whatever that means.
Means going hungry, for one thing.
Well, now, if you need a picnic basket to eat, you're not much account around here. You can reach the wood. Keep the fire going until I get back. I won't be long.
Now, the rabbit, I can understand. You snared it. But the fish?
You make a snare?
No, I cannot. But I know knots and lashes. I'd only have to seen it done once to do it.
Yeah? Well, making it's just the easy part. You also got to know where to put it. Trout ought to be ready in a couple minutes.
It's a lucky thing you had a piece of string and a hook in your pocket.
I didn't have either.
You didn't? How'd you catch him?
I tickled him. Well, it's like making a snare. You got to know how.
I see. And who taught you that?
Mr. Cartwright and Hoss and Joe. Out here, you got to know how to take care of yourself.
That was a good meal. I thank you.
You're welcome.
I wonder now how far I'd have to go to find a place to crawl up to the road.
I'd say about a half a mile.
Half mile? All those rocks and brushes. Oh, I'd never make it.
Well, I'll have you up there in the morning.
You carry me up there. You haven't the strength. Sad thing, though. If I had a decent block, 100 feet of rope, I could make it.
If you had wings, you could fly.
Now, I know you don't like me, but that is any excuse for you being impertinent.
I'm just saying what my pa used to tell me when I started wishing for something I couldn't have.
I see. Hey, you know what my father used to say? If wishes were horses, beggars might ride.
What did your father have to say about me?
Nothing.
Elizabeth was only 5 years older than you are now when she met your father. She could have had her choice of the most eligible men in the whole...
She picked my pa.
She did, yes. She ran away with him. 3 letters in 3 years. Never a return address. Last letter she wrote, she said she had a son. And then there was one letter from him. Cholera. Mother was dead.
You're trying to make it sound bad, but they were happy.
Happy? You were 2 years old when she died. How could you possibly know?
Because my pa told me. She was as beautiful as a field of mountain flowers. She loved to travel and see new country every day. She never asked or wanted more than my pa had to give her. And they were happy.
All right. I'll agree to that. I admit I did try to stop the marriage. Then I tried to find her to ask her forgiveness. Why, I've been hunting for you for years.
Why?
Because you're my grandson. Because you're part of my family. You belong in my house, in my home. Where I could give you schooling, social graces, stature. How can you object to that?
Why did my mother run away from you?
Sure, I don't know. I loved her. I gave her everything I could. I suppose I wanted her to be like her mother was. She had ideas of her own. I asked her to come home.
You wanted her to leave my pa.
No, not then. I didn't. I wanted a son. Elizabeth knew that. I wanted a boy that I could mold and form to grow up to be a man to take my place. I suppose that's the real reason why I wanted Elizabeth to bring you home.
Even though she didn't want to?
No, I didn't think about that. I only wanted her to do what I thought she should do. That makes me an old fool. I'm stuck with it. Too old a fool to change.
Yeah, I guess you are.
What's that for?
Stretcher, kinda.
Well, Jamie?
I've come to say thank you.
Yeah? You did? That your idea or Ben Cartwright's?
Mine, sir.
Well, I've said it, and I'm not going to change my mind. You needn't worry about that.
I know that, sir.
You did? How'd you know it?
Well, you yell a lot, but you're not as mean as you want people to think you are.
I'm not, eh?
No, sir.
But I still want you to see where the Callahans live.
All right, I'll come and visit you.
I look forward to it. You're a grandson to be proud of. By Jamie Cartwright.
And that still sounds kind of strange.
We'll both get used to it. feel all right, you talk now. Why you walk in the desert?
Bringing this mare home. She stumbled and fell and broke her leg.
Where you go?
Virginia City. It's about 2-3 days ride from here.
We take your mills. White man's town.
Much obliged, young man. Thank you. My name's Joe Cartwright.
Red Cloud. Swift Eagle, son of my son.
How are you? I'm sure obliged to you for going out of your way.
We go mills anyway.
Like I said, get a stage and mills back to Virginia City. Dad, Bernard, I must have dropped my wallet when that horse fell.
Maybe somebody find you, take from you.
Nah, not much of a man to do a thing like that.
Some people no good.
Hey, you know, I fell all the way down that hill, too. I probably lost it there. There wasn't much money in it. It wasn't worth anything.
You lose your horse, saddle, water, money. White man plenty smart.
I did not take wallet.
The truth?
Yes.
Then it's time you tell white man you take gun.
I can't.
You tell. You eat. You sleep. Long ride tomorrow. You're safe with Indian. Red Cloud, stop here.
I thought that town was just around the next hill.
Red Cloud, camp here. You go.
Where do you want to go?
Hey, just drop me over to the sheriff's office. What's the matter?
What do you want with the sheriff?
I'll borrow some money from him. Look, I never think you took that wallet if that's what's bothering you. All I know is if you hadn't helped me, I'd be dead right now. Well, this is my stop. Thanks a lot. Hey, Sheriff around?
What's he doing off the reservation?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
You know where the sheriff is?
Over there.
Thanks. Hey, Sheriff, glad to find you. My name's Joe Cartwright.
So? Howdy, Joe Cartwright.
How are you? Look, my horse broke his leg out in the desert. I was lucky to make it to town. Lost my wallet besides.
That Indian find you?
Yeah.
Hey, good thing he rode out there. Saved you some work, huh?
Hey, look, I hate to bother you, but I just wonder if you could loan me enough money so I could send a wire to my pa and get my stage fare. I'd be much obliged.
That's not my business.
Well, look, I'm gonna pay you back right away.
You don't bother about him. He got out of the wrong side of the bed 40 years ago, and it took permanent.
Trouble with you is you fall for every hard luck story you hear.
He's got a nice, honest face. You can see that, Tom. Or at least you can see it after he gets a shave. Get yourself a shave and a bath after you send off that wire. It's all right. Go on. My name's Ryan, Frank Ryan.
Hi there.
Nice to make your acquaintance, Joe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ryan. Nice to meet a friendly face.
Oh, after you get all bathed and shaved and pretty up, come on back here. Buy you a drink and a meal.
You've done enough for me already.
It's all right. Price is right here. I own the place.
Like you say, the price is right. I'll take you up on it. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Sheriff.
I swear you've grub staked so many the word's gotten round.
Yeah, well, pleasures me.
Yes, sir. Soldier, Indian fighter, second to none. Tried ranching for a while, but he's the kind that likes towns and people. Yeah. Runs the best bar in town. Yeah, sir. Serves a good drink and fair price. Serves good food, too. Sounds like you like it. Oh, everybody likes it. All my years here.
Get up! Get up!
Alas!
Got your bonnet for you, Frank.
What happened?
Engine started a ruckus.
What, an old man and a boy? What about it, Mr. Ryan?
Go get the sheriff, Elias. I want those Indians locked up until the agent can come and take them back to the reservation.
Cartwright here tells me you need a doctor. I'll send for one, if you got the money.
I have.
No doctor. There you are. If he is hurt, he don't want help. Well, he'll get plenty of rest. He'll be in jail for a week.
For what?
Being an Indian.
Mind if I talk to him?
You rattle when you run out.
Suppose we start with you telling me why you tried to take that war bonnet.
War bonnet mine.
They took it from him.
Look, Chief, I owe you. I want to try to help you if I can.
Red Cloud no need help.
I think you do. You're in jail and you're in trouble. Unless you have permission to be off the reservation.
No.
Now, if I could get you that permission, would you accept my help?
No.
Yes.
All right, I'll wire my father. He'll contact the Indian agent. I must have your promise you won't try to take the war bonnet.
You have my promise.
What about you?
You have my word.
It's good enough for me.
Sheriff?
Your friend Elias is a savage.
All right, Teresa.
The way he attacked that old man, I thought he would kill him.
The Indian asked for it coming in here the way he did.
Not that kind of beating.
Don't light on Frank, Teresa. He didn't start it. Can't you see he's upset enough as it is?
I should have known it was Red Cloud the minute that Joe said they were coyotes.
Who'd want to take that stuff anyway after it's been hanging up there for so long?
There's some things that a man doesn't forget.
Some things a woman doesn't forget either.
May, why don't you run along? Teresa and I can finish up.
Oh, Frank, I'm not tired, and I really would like to stay, and I have a lot of stuff I have to do.
No. Just go get a good night's rest. Oh, Teresa. I'd like to talk to you. It's been a long time since we had a real talk. I missed you.
All of a sudden?
No.
When? Last week? Last month? Last year you missed me?
Teresa, why don't you sit down, huh? Go. You know, I've been thinking about us for a long time. I wanted to talk to you about it before, but, well, you know yourself, you're pretty hard to reach.
I wasn't always.
No, well, you were wonderful. And I can't blame you for being sore at me. Any woman would be. I tried to explain it to you that it wasn't because I didn't love you. There were a lot of reasons that we couldn't get married.
One reason, Frank. You couldn't face this town with a Mexican wife.
No, it wasn't that. We talked about it. You even said that you understood.
Oh, yes, I understood. As long as we were together. But we haven't been together for a long time.
Things happen.
Things? You call those things? You mean Celeste and Josie and...
But they didn't mean anything to us.
Well, then I feel sorry for you.
Look, I'm not here to talk about them. Why can't we go back to the way things were before?
We can't.
Well, then why did you stay? All these years.
Where would I go? Another job like this?
You're a beautiful woman. I mean, any man in the world.
Another man? I am a one-man's woman, Frank. And I loved you.
Maybe if you gave me a chance, you could again.
Oh, no. It's too late now. There was one time when I would have walked on my knees in the desert if you had asked me to. I would have done anything for you. Anything. Today, I will only not betray you. That's what this is all about, isn't it? That's the question. Now you have the answer.
Well, it wasn't exactly.
Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead. May is waiting for you.
Now, believe me, I take no pleasure in saying no, but the Bureau of Indian Affairs rules are such that I'm given little choice.
And there are no exceptions.
Oh, rarely. Now this will show you why. Now, these are complaints. 50 or 60 of them in the past 2 years alone, from people badgered and terrorized by Indians off reservation. And I have to investigate and file a report on each one of them.
Well, an old man and a boy are certainly not going to terrorize anybody.
Old man, he's a chief. He goes on a rampage, his whole tribe will follow him.
Red Cloud hadn't made any trouble in years.
Maybe he hasn't, but others have.
But you give permission sometimes.
I said I did for good cause. There's a standard procedure. There has to be a written request. The final decision is up to Washington.
But, Mr. Matheson, that'd take weeks.
No doubt.
Are you saying that even if there were an emergency, you couldn't make a decision?
In my opinion, this is not an emergency. Not while those Indians are still in jail. Now, I am sorry, gentlemen.
Mr. Madison, this does present a problem to you, doesn't it? I mean, a financial problem.
Yes?
Well, to get Red Cloud and Silver Eagle back to Mills, you'd have to have an escort of at least 2 men. That means paying wages and a per diem.
Yes.
And then to get them back to the reservation, that would mean paying wages and a trail salary.
Yeah.
Now, I think we could probably help you out. If you put them in the custody of my son, he'd get them back to the reservation. It wouldn't cost you a penny. And you wouldn't have anything to explain to the government auditor.
Well, that would be most irregular. Most irregular.
Save the government an awful lot of money.
It certainly would, a tremendous amount.
Any complaints I get, your son will answer for?
Well, of course.
He'll indemnify for any thefts or damages that may occur?
Yes, I think we can see to that.
Very well. I'll wire the sheriff to that effect.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good day, Mr. Matheson.
Oh, how'd it work out?
Jamie, Paul handled it just fine.
Hope that Joe can handle it as easily.
I hear one complaint against him. You join him here next time.
Very fair of it, Sheriff.
The hotel won't put you up, but you might try the livery stable.
Thanks for telling us.
Not so fast, Cartwright. You gotta read and sign this before you go.
As you go on, I'll meet you at the livery stable. It's amazing, Sheriff. For a man who wasn't there, you sure got all the facts.
What? Do you know what you're saying?
Red Cloud, no. It's the only way to keep honor. Tomorrow, sun up noon, we fight. You use cavalry saber. Red Cloud use lance, as in battle. After fight, war bonnet belong to man who stay alive. No.
Look, Red Cloud, you're my responsibility. I'm not gonna let you break the peace.
No break peace. Just fight one man.
1 man, 1,000 men, it doesn't make any difference. It's the same thing.
I still fight.
Look, there's one way I can stop you. Now, I don't want to use it, but I will if I have to.
What way?
I can take you over to that sheriff's office and have him lock you up until the agents get here.
I told you we could not trust him.
Look, maybe you don't care if your grandfather gets killed, but I do. But you don't care, do you? It's what you want, isn't it? I'm sorry, Chief. I can't let it happen. I want you to promise me you'll stay in this room until I get back.
I stay till tomorrow.
Did I hear right, Frank? That old coot challenged you to a fight?
You heard it.
What's he gonna do? Gum you to death?
Oh, boy, what's that old man trying to do to me? I can't fight him.
You're not going to, are you?
Makes me look bad challenging me like that in front of all my friends. No, it's a bluff, that's what.
No, it isn't.
He's counting on me not wanting to look bad, like hurting him or maybe killing him. He knows he can't stand up against me.
That's what I mean. You know what that war bonnet means to him? It's a matter of pride. It's his honor. Give it back to him, Frank.
I've got a little honor, too. I give him that war bonnet, I'd be a laughing stock.
Is that so important?
Yes. All right, he wants a fight. I'm going to give it to him. But I am not going to be the one who gets killed.
No.
That Indian's gonna die tomorrow. You can stop it.
Look, all I know is they're your responsibility. Indian Agent's wire said so.
He's an old man. You can't let him fight Ryan.
Never heard of any fight. Even if I did, it'd probably be over by the time I could stop it. You better be getting back to your responsibility, Cartwright.
I must be real proud having you for sheriff.
Mr. Cartwright?
Look, I told you to stay inside. What are you doing out here?
Wait for you.
All right, I'm here. What do you want?
When I find you in desert, I take your gun, and I left you. You would have been dead if Red Cloud had not guessed.
I'm glad you told me.
So you will let Red Cloud take War Bonnet in battle?
No, I can't. Your grandfather saved my life. I owe him the same favor.
He want no favor from white man.
Well, he's gonna get one, whether he likes it or not. Hey, you can stop working on the lance. You're not gonna use it.
Red Cloud fight.
It's not gonna be a fight. I told you that. Even if I have to tie you up.
You tie me up. When I get loose, I fight. Only way you stop me. You take Lance, and you kill me now.
There it is. Well, you wanted it, go and take it. Don't you understand? I'm trying to give you the war bonnet. On one condition. That is, you get on your horses right now. That way you'll get through the worst of the desert before that noon sun fries your brains.
You want me to take Bonnet if I ride away at night?
No, that's not exactly... Look, it's better to get through the desert at night. I was just thinking of you.
You think of yourself and how you look to the town. You want me to ride away like Coyote, without honor.
No, that's not...
Then you say Red Cloud, old fool and thief. Not worth chasing.
Listen, I'm trying to be nice to him. This is my last offer. Take it or leave it. You think you can make him understand that? If you come up against me tomorrow, I'm going to have to kill you.
If that be it, right. Tomorrow I take it or lose it with honor.
You and your honor.
Where's Ryan? You want to make a little bet on today's match? Name your own odds. We'll cover anything you want to put up. Let the Undertaker hold the stakes.
Save your breath. There's not going to be a fight.
Well, Ryan figures different.
Where is he?
He's in the office.
He doesn't want to be disturbed. Too bad.
Hold it.
You know, Cartwright, you really rile me. I think it's time you cooled your heels over at my little hotel. Bring him along, boys.
Hey, Frank! That fool engine's doing it. He's out there waiting for you.
Well, I expected he would be.
We can try to figure, Redskins. For all this time, he comes after them feathers like he had a right to them or something. He's local, that's what. Thinking he can stand up to you. I guess Frank's gonna give him what's coming to him, all right.
Yeah, you'll teach him a lesson no Indian will ever forget, Frank.
Hey, come on, everybody!
Ryan! Ryan, don't do it!
I'm not going to fight you, Red Cloud.
We must.
The war bonnet is yours. Take it.
We must fight to keep honor.
No need for that. I didn't take it with honor. Teresa?
Frank, what are you going to do?
Something I should have done a long time ago. Give back something I stole. A man's honor. You and I know the truth about this. All the stories I told were lies. Like all the stories I told about those things that hang on my wall. I scrounged most of them, so I'd look tall in the eyes of this town. But now, it's time for everybody to know the truth. I never met you in that battle. I never even saw you. That came later. My friends and I got drunk. Went to the stockade where you were being held prisoner. And my friends held you on the ground like an animal. And I took this war bonnet off you. That is the truth of how it happened. Isn't it, Red Cloud?
It's true.
I am the only man here today without honor. You've always had yours. And you proved it here today.
It sometimes takes great courage to tell the truth. More courage than to fight. You are an honorable man, Frank Ryan. I take the war bonnet.
You shamed yourself in front of this whole town. You know that, Frank? You shamed yourself, but you shamed me, too. Some hero you turned out to be, crawling before them redskins. You had no right. They are nothing but Indians.
And you? You're only a stupid, selfish little girl.
You have no right to talk to me like that, you Mexican.
Shut up, May.
Frank.
Why don't you just go away? Please. Just go away. Well, she's just saying what the whole town is saying, Teresa.
Frank, it's only what you think that matters.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think? I think, Tess, it's about time that I started to live who I really am instead of who I have pretended to be. Hmm?
Sheriff decided to let me out. We're gonna head back to the reservation. I to pay back the money he loaned me. Got yourself a heck of a man.